I mean, if he was playing for City, he'd have every medal around his neck.
He's been exceptional. That's why I think 4 might be a fair rating. I think he's been incredible. I don't think he's higher than 4. But you reacted like he should be number 1, which is craziness.
OK, loads of chat this week, Joe, about Bruno Fernandes. I know you've been raving about a player that you enjoy watching for Man United.
Hard not to.
One of the most informed players in the Premier League. A lot of people are talking about. A lot of people saying as well that he could break the assist record
Definitely.
currently held by Thierry Henry and Kevin De Bruyne. That's 20 assists in a Premier League season. Bruno currently has 12. There's quite a bit of football left to play. So it gave us an idea for a topic when thinking about informed players, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, people talking about who's the best player in the league so far this season. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to get Doogie's top 10 Premier League players this season for him to eventually pick his best. Now, Doogie, this is a difficult list, I think it's fair to say. So the boys are going to chip in with some criticism
Adjudicate.
and some judgment throughout it.
Okay.
But we'll start in reverse order with number 10.
And luckily for you, Doug, you've got 2 very honest, respectful, neutral
Very
guesses.
neutral.
There won't,
Neutral voices.
That's what they've got us in
We'll,
for, isn't it?
Yeah.
Reverse order, so number 10 for this season.
Well, for number 10, I was split between 2 players, Dominic Szoboszlai and Granit Xhaka. Now, I often get accused of Sunderland bias, and as good as Xhaka's been this season, I'm actually going to give it to Dominic Szoboszlai. I think he's been Liverpool's most consistent player this season as well. He was under pressure going into this campaign after Florian Wirtz's arrival. He's now on 8 goals and 7 assists. He got a goal, an assist, in every round of the Champions League. Only Mbappe was directly involved in more goals. He's played in midfield, he's played on the right wing, he's played at right back. I think he's been sensational for Liverpool.
Is he too low?
Just number 10?
There might be some
figures?
more Liverpool players to come, but I think he's deserving of
I'd
a spot
have him
here.
around this area personally, but you know.
Has he been your most informed player this season, would you agree
In
with?
terms of consistency, not getting injured, being that utility man that just says yes to anywhere that the manager asks him to play, the free kick against Arsenal, like you said, massive European goals, leader, future captain of Liverpool Football Club.
Yeah, 43 chances created in the Premier League this season, only 4 players with more. He has been ever present. It is your list, Doogie, so stick him down at number 10.
He's in.
So Xhaka gets
Xhaka
your nod
didn't
with your
make
Sunderland hat on, but
Love him though.
doesn't make it.
Honourable
Okay.
mention.
Number 9.
Mention. Number 9, Bruno Guimaraes. I think Newcastle's very average season in the league in particular shouldn't overshadow the fact that Bruno Guimaraes has been excellent. I think 11 goals and assists this year. He's missed the last 2 games, and Newcastle have lost both of those against Villa and Liverpool. Only Bruno Fernandes has been directly involved in more goals as a Premier League midfielder. I think he's been excellent, really.
So has he been better than Szoboszlai this season?
I think he's been slightly better than Szoboszlai, if I'm totally honest.
You're nodding.
I agree with that, yeah. Relative to where, Liverpool have got a lot of title winners in their big footballers. Szoboszlai's kept that level up. But he's playing with arguably a far more average squad that are really struggling at points. They're lingering around mid-table. Got smashed in the League Cup as well. Bruno wasn't really involved with that massively. He's a brilliant footballer.
So 9.
Okay.
He's very good.
It's interesting with their win rate as well. 53% win ratio with Bruno playing. 0% win ratio in 10 games, Newcastle, when he doesn't play. So there's a massive difference you notice when he's out of the team. Let's move on to number 8. Who have you got?
Another one for AGT, Ugo Ekitike. I think he's been so impressive this year, given the context around his move as well, joining a club in mourning after the tragic loss of Diogo Jota. 5 weeks later, Liverpool break the British transfer record for Alexander Isak. Alexander Isak's only started 6 league games before breaking his leg. Ekitike's had to hold up that forward line by himself at times, with Mo Salah being in and out of the side, disagreeing with Arne Slot, Florian Wirtz having a slow start to the season. He's now on 10 league goals. Only Haaland and Igor Thiago have scored more goals than them. He scored double the amount of Premier League goals as any Liverpool player. I just think he's been really impressive and so fun to watch. In a season where there's been a lack of flair and ingenuity by so many forward players in the league, I think he's been a shining light.
Alex, let's bring you in, because 7 goals in his last 7 Premier League games. I think no one can disagree that right now he's so in form. But this is in terms of the whole season. So do you have him above Szoboszlai?
It's difficult because I think he's been more consistent, but the big moments in terms of braces and consistency as a striker, I think Hugo has been our shining light, definitely in a forward position this season. I mean, he's got a bit of everything. People compare him to Fernando Torres. I think he's more technically gifted than Fernando Torres, who is a bit jumpy sometimes. Listen, he scored some amazing big goals for Liverpool, but this guy's got it all. He's faster than Torres. I think he's so clean when he finishes. And he's obviously a cult hero now. We love him. We sing his name, as he's warming up, as he's coming off. So, yeah, I absolutely love the boy.
Wow. Think he could be one of the best strikers in Europe?
Yeah, I mean, I remember speaking to a PSG fan about him, and I think he said he was clumsy. when referring to Ekitike.
What was that accent?
Where was he from? The guy sounds
French or German?
Come on. Where was he from? Glumzy. That's what he said.
Right,
That's
okay.
a French accent, lads. Come on.
I think he's too low, lads. I think he's
he
the
should be
second
here.
best striker in the league. I think by
Some big names coming.
you know, and
You have him in
Thiago's
the
done well
top
for
five?
Brentford.
Where would he be for you this
He's
season?
top 5 easily right now on current form. He's brilliant. That finish against Newcastle United on the
Yeah.
outside of the boot. This is Joga Benito stuff. He's top 5 easy for me. It's hard to score goals like that in the Premier League. We're starved of it as modern football fans. He's top 5 for me.
You'll see him on Sunday. Don't worry.
Hopefully not.
Well, we'll get on to Doogie's top 5, and maybe we can see where he would have slotted and who he would replace in Doogie's top 5. Because remember, this is season-wide, so it's not just across the last month.
Number 7, Morgan Rogers.
Oh, see, I think this is low.
Again,
The whole season. Yeah, fair enough.
He
But
did
the
start quite
season that he's
slowly as
had.
well. I think there was no goals and assists in his first 5 games. Villa didn't win any of those. But since then, Villa have been absolutely superb up until this recent injury run where the Tielemans and McGinn and Kamarev got injured, which might well have an effect on Villa's season because it did look like an all-timer for Villa, really. Like a good, decent chance of winning the Europa League, finishing in the top 4 in the Premier League. But Morgan Rogers, for Young Player of the Year last year, to back it up again this campaign. Like we've seen Foden's form go up and down. We've seen Cole Palmer struggle with injury. Jude Bellingham's now out with a hamstring injury. I think there's a very decent chance that Morgan Rogers plays a serious part of England's World Cup
And
campaign.
Tuchel
in the
loves him as
summer.
well, doesn't he?
Tuchel
Regularly,
loves him.
consistently starts him in that in
Exactly.
a very competitive
Showed
position.
no difference whether he's playing for Villa or England. He's so decisive. Brilliant long-range shooter as well. 2 goals against Man United in one of their biggest games of the season. I think he's been brilliant.
Boys,
9 goals and 7 assists in all comps this season, but also the quality of goals. You look at the strikes from the 2 goals against Man United, the goal against Spurs.
West Ham.
The quality
Leeds
of finish that he's doing, for me, I think, and how important he is for Villa, I would have him slightly higher. I don't know if you agree.
Would he leave in the summer, do you think? Before the World Cup?
I don't see it.
I mean, some player. He's definitely come of age this season, I think, when you look at his ball striking technicality from a free kick. You know, he's got that Drogba kind of side foot dipper. So, yeah, I mean, I probably would have had Ekitike higher, but this is the main man here, isn't it?
So you'd have had Ekitike ahead of Rogers?
I would have had him number 5 and maybe Rogers probably, 6 or 7.
Wow, Ekitike
I think we're
still...
forgetting some big players to come. guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ekitike
Yeah.
still
Stick 'em down.
in their top 5,
See who's
Dukes.
yet
You've
to
done
come.
nothing to convince them otherwise so far, but let's keep rolling through to number 6.
Now, this guy, I think some people would be surprised, but Igor Thiago, brilliant season. The most goals ever scored by a Brazilian in a Premier League campaign, and we're in early February. Only Haaland has scored more goals than him. Brentford, everyone was tipping them to go down. They are 3 points off the champions, Liverpool, at the time of writing. What an amazing season. They've beaten Man United, they've beaten Newcastle, they've beaten Liverpool, they beat Villa home and away. And this guy, I saw him in person against my side Sunderland. He bullied us, bullied us. And he can play so effectively on the counter-attack. His hold-up play is great. Excellent finisher this year. Big goals in big games. I think he's been amazing.
I think this is a good shout, you know. I think it's good to give props to some of these type of players. Often, you know, you look at the top 6 teams a lot, but he's been phenomenal.
So you would have
16
because you were
Premier
saying
League goals. as
Ekitike,
well.
you'd have...
Thiago's nowhere near Ekitike. He's got a few more goals. He's
He's got
obviously playing
16
for
He's got
Brentford.
16 goals.
7.
Yeah, but he's got a few more goals, of course. But Ekitike's technical brilliance and what he's doing for a bigger club. Again, by the way, Brentford, there'll be sides that open up against Brentford. There'll be space in behind. He's running through on goal a lot. Ekitike has to do it against low blocks. It's difficult at
But
Anfield.
is it not harder for, respectfully, if he's playing for a club like Liverpool where he's getting the service, is it not more difficult to score goals in a Brentford side?
Definitely, but
than it is
Ekitike
for
is a
Liverpool?
high-level striker, Smithy. Like he's a high-level.
Yeah, we're not
footballer. All these
disagreeing
guys-
with that.
But who's had the better season, Thiago
This is
or
based on
Ekitike?
this season.
Let's see what, how it ends. But I do think you have to give massive credit to Keith Andrews for getting him out
Unbelievable.
of injury and obviously putting him in the squad. I think he's a bit of a throwback. And he probably starts for Brazil, by the way, in the World Cup.
Decent
Yeah.
chance.
Think he will?
Who's got a
Endrick,
chance more
João
than him?
Pedro, Cunha. But yeah, there's a lot
Yeah.
of competition. But I think he should go.
Okay, so he's at 6.
Yeah.
So now we get into the top 5 where the boys think Ekitike should
The
be
juicy
living.
stuff. Right,
Yes.
number 5, Antoine Semenyo. I think it's difficult to argue with this, to be totally honest. You know, this is a guy that was playing for Bath City, 7-8 years ago. He was on loan at Sunderland in League One just before lockdown, struggled there. So to become, I think, this season probably the best winger in the Premier League, carry that form seamlessly from Bournemouth to Man City, joining a club of the success that Man City have had in the last 15 years, the most successful side in England in that period, working under the best manager of his generation, doesn't seem phased at all. He's already got 4 goals and 1 assist for Man City. Doesn't matter whether he plays on the right, the left, can shoot off both feet. So effectively, I think he's been amazing.
Yeah, he scared me at Anfield with Bournemouth, scored 2, and he's actually the one that I'm most scared of on Sunday.
on the counter.
I'll be honest.
Yeah, 100%.
Booby, talk to me about Semenyo and
I think
also
it's a fair
how
rating.
quickly he's settled in.
Yeah, it's a massive testament to who he is because he's a humble guy. He works hard. He's obviously got a non-league background or lower levels of the football league, and to make it to Manchester City within a sort of 6 or 7 year spell for Guardiola, what a ringing endorsement for the football pyramid, and how if you work hard and apply yourself as a footballer, you can be scoring goals in the Champions League potentially as well. He's an unbelievable footballer.
So he's at 5th for Dukes. You would have had Ekitike ahead of him?
Potentially, yeah. I rate
Really?
Ekitike so much. Like, to score goals for Liverpool is really, really difficult. And Ekitike scores some worldies, guys. I'm a massive
there's no
Ekitike
denying
fan.
that. Like, technically, he's unbelievable.
No, of course,
to watch,
yeah.
But Semenyo's season,
Yeah, so
and
amazing.
it's based on season,
I think
not
he's on 12 now.
talent level.
Yeah, 12 goals, 3 assists.
Good numbers.
Yeah.
Great numbers.
Ridiculous numbers,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
playing out wide.
He did have a period where he went 10 without a goal, maybe November-ish. But yeah, listen, it's seamlessly the way he's just slotted into that team.
Yeah,
at
some
City.
top players so far, the likes of Ekitike, Rodgers, Semenyo, some big names.
Number
you brought to
4.
say. We're now getting into the top 4.
Now, I know Joe's not going to be happy with this, but across the entire season, I'm putting Bruno Fernandes at 4. I think that's fair
Not
across
happy,
the
Joe,
entire
are you?
season. And look, this guy deserves serious flowers. He's been in the Premier League, well, this is his 6th full season, but across those 5 full seasons he's been in the Premier League, he's created the most chances in the league every year but one. And the one year he didn't, he only created 1 less than Trent. The consistency of this guy, he's coming up to 100 assists for Man United, he's already passed 100 goals. He's at, I think, over 0.6 goals and assists per game. That's better than Lampard, that's better than Gerrard. And actually, I think he might have a similar legacy to someone like a Steven Gerrard, in that Gerrard, yes, won the Champions League and a number of other cups. Bruno Fernandes won't have the biggest trophies to his name at the end of his career, I wouldn't have thought. But in terms of the intensity he brings to every game, the big moments, there is a bit of Steven Gerrard-esque about Bruno Fernandes. I'm not necessarily saying he's
What
a
are you
better
rolling your eyes
player.
about?
I just think his impact at Man United shouldn't be forgotten. And similar to Gerrard, he has given his best years to United's worst.
Alex, thoughts?
You mentioned Gerrard way too much in that little monologue there for me. Listen, amazing player. What can I say? I'm not his biggest fan, I'll be honest, because he's quite petulant at times. But I do agree what you're saying in terms of he's playing in a. I mean, if he was playing for City, he'd have every medal around his neck.
Come
but
off the bench.
Probably, mate.
I'm not necessarily comparing them as players, but do you think he'll get the respect he deserves trophies-wise in a similar way to Gerrard? Like the easy criticism of Steven Gerrard is he's never won the Premier League. And I think Bruno will be remembered in the same way. It'll be like he's playing for a poor Man United side.
I don't
which
think
feels
he'll
a bit
ever win the
unfair.
Champions League, though.
No. Well, that's what I'm saying as well.
But the numbers, you can't deny
Booby,
those
where do
numbers.
you sit on the Bruno Fernandes
I
this
think
season?
the last month with Carrick, he's been exceptional. That's why I think 4 might be a fair rating. I think he's been incredible. I don't think he's higher than 4. Like, you reacted like he should be number 1, which is craziness. Like,
I don't think
Amrin got sacked,
number 1. I
like-
don't think number 1. I think number 2.
Yeah, but Amrin you've got an interim manager for a reason. You're out of all the cup competitions for the first time in nearly a century. Bruno Fernandes, whether he's not been the worst part of that, he's been the best part of that, but he's still a part of it. You lost to Tottenham in Europa League final. He was a part of it. He was in the double pivot. Whether that's his fault or not.
That's not this season, though, is it? That's
Four's-
not this season.
four's fair.
He's played for 5 months in the double pivot and still looks like totally out of position. Effectively
but you're
picking the
saying
ball up
higher.
off the
But
centre
you've got to rate
backs.
it across the entire season.
That's
And I
not
think
the
there's
first
3 players-
4 months he was
fair.
playing
3 players
badly
above him.
in
You
the
can't
double
be
pivot.
complaining about fourth.
I think
He is complaining
I am
about
complaining
That's
about fourth.
crazy.
I am complaining about fourth. I think that Bruno has barely put a single foot wrong this season. I think even when he's playing massively out of position, if you asked any of the other players in the top 5 to play massively out of position for 4 months of the season, we probably wouldn't even
He
have
got
him in
pushed over by a ref at the
contention
start
for
of the
10.
season.
We wouldn't even have him in contention for the top 10.
Did he not?
Like, I don't want to spoil players that are coming up, but if we had a centre-back playing right wing, we wouldn't even have him in the 10.
But you say that Szoboszlai's been playing in multiple positions, out of position for a huge part of the season. He's in the top 10.
He's in the top 10, though, at 10th.
Well, he should, yeah.
Let's
Why
not
don't
pretend
we see if
Szoboszlai's
he's in the
this
top
season's
3 and
Bruno.
then you can maybe say who you'd have him above.
Okay,
I think
absolutely.
that would be the easiest way
I
to
think
do it.
so. I think
Okay.
so.
You're offended by that.
I have to say he is in an amazing run of form right now.
I think
Bruno.
he's- I think
He's
he's
in an
been pretty-
amazing
Understand,
run
but
of
still,
form.
he's created the most chances in the league, and he spent 5 months playing as a defensive midfielder.
And he's still on, as we said at the start, to potentially break the assist record
Yeah.
in the Premier League in one season. 12 assists, 20 the
phenomenal
record. Let's go into your top 3 then.
Number 3, Gabriel.
Ooh.
I think this is mainly given off the basis that I do expect Arsenal to win the league, and they will win the league for me on the basis of their defence. Gabriel, I think, is their outstanding defender. I think they is now the best defender, best centre-back in the Premier League. You look at the impact he has on opposition corners as well. It used to be Van Dijk was so threatening from that. It used to be Kompany before that. Now it's Gabriel. 3 goals and 2 assists. That's only 1 fewer than Florian Wirtz. I think this guy really does hold down Arsenal's centre-back line at points. I think he's now overtaken Saliba, not by a considerable distance, but I think he is now their outstanding centre-back. And when he was out for 6 games, Arsenal conceded 5 goals, which was as many as they conceded in the previous 11 going into that. So that's why that goal-scoring record that Chelsea hold in terms of goals conceded won't be broken this season. But I think he is the key reason why Arsenal, I do expect them to win the league.
Yeah, without him, as you mentioned, the record isn't great. He scores goals. He's so much of a threat from set pieces. For me, I think Arsenal fans maybe 2 or 3 years ago had Saliba here and Gabriel here. I think it's gone like that now. And actually, you know, whatever partner he plays with, he makes the other person better. And just like the fella behind you there, that's what good centre-backs do. They make their partners, you know, look a lot better than maybe they are.
Okay,
sticking down.
We're into the top 2.
Into the
Top
nitty-gritty,
2.
second best player
Before we reveal
this
yours,
season.
who would you have second?
I mean, Haaland's got 20 goals, so naturally he has to be there. Who do you have as the other one?
Well, I'm missing Ryan Cherky. Cherky has to be in there somewhere. I'm not saying 2 or 1, but Cherky has to be in the top 10, in my honest opinion. And someone like Mark Gay, he's been brilliant as well.
Yeah.
There's a few in there. Gravenberch, for me, has to be in the top 10.
Any
Maybe
other City
last
players you want
season.
in there? Or
Haaland and Cherky 100% have to be in this top 10. 100. Bruno G, mid-table. Come on.
you're defending him earlier.
No, I like Bruno
Number
G,
2
but-
is?
Number 2 is Erling Haaland.
Yeah.
I think it's like a lot of recency bias. I think he's only scored 2 goals in his last 11 for Man City, but he still scored 27 in all competitions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on track, if he carries on this goal-scoring rate, to score 31. That's only been topped twice in
Yeah.
Premier League history, which is by Haaland himself in one case and Salah in the other. Look, I think he is a phenomenal striker. There's not really much more to add about him. He's had another great season. His consistency of goal-scoring is phenomenal. You know, he's playing in a side that have struggled and changed a lot of key parts and lost a lot of experience, but he's been amazing.
I agree with you. I mean, some of the stuff I know recently, he's not had the form recently that he had at the start of the season, but he still scored 20 goals and got 5 assists this season. I mean, some people have won golden boots with 20, 21 goals in the past. Do you feel like with Haaland, he always gets compared to his previous goal-scoring record because he's set the bar so high? Whenever he goes through a little run, people are very quick to jump on him because his numbers are still brilliant for
the numbers have been brilliant.
for the whole season.
100%. He has gone through a bit of form where I'm worried if he should be starting against Liverpool. Because I think Marmoush has been brilliant. I do.
Yeah.
And that's the concern. When you look at Drogba, when you look at Thierry Henry, they never dipped off like this. This level at the moment for Haaland is really concerning, particularly in a title race. There are 4 trophies to go for Man City. So the form is really concerning.
Yeah, I mean, he still scores so many goals even in a bad season when your standards are that high. You know, when Salah joined, 44 goals the first season. I think 2 seasons after that, he only scores 24, and people are saying, you know, where's the standards there? But because he does get you 30 to 40 a season, I mean, he's, like you say, he's probably still on course to hit over 30. So I just hope and pray he goes goalless on Sunday, mate.
Okay.
All right, put him up. Number 1
Never
then.
scored at Anfield.
Number
but-
1, what's your prediction for 1 here?
Is it going to be Rice?
Declan Rice.
Is it going to be
It
Rice?
is Declan Rice. It is Declan Rice. I actually think if you're doing a PFA Player of the Year sort of race, which this effectively is, I think it's a much more open competition than in previous years. I don't think there's necessarily a clear outstanding candidate, but are Arsenal for 6 points clear as it stands, without that engine, without that will to win, without that quality from dead balls as well? As we say, it's not maybe been the most entertaining year in terms of football, but Declan Rice creating the joint second most chances in the league behind Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
Massive impact there. You know, his drive, his ability to score in big moments. I think he's been great. But to be honest, I think there's a chance that with a great run of form and Man City, if they win the league, I think it could be any of these 4 that win Player of the Year, to be totally honest.
So you are thinking Cherky should be on the board?
Cherky has to be in the. Cherky should be number 1 if this list was pure technical ability. Cherky's the most naturally gifted footballer I've seen for many, many years at Man City. Unbelievable. And for 20 GA this season in all competitions, and he missed 2 months of the season, he has to be in ahead of maybe Thiago. I think Thiago is very high, with all due respect to Brentford. But apart from that, I think the list is spot on. Rice has to be number 1 right now. I mean, Arsenal have been incredible.
Yeah, Rice is that engine in the midfield. He's actually one of my favourite midfielders to watch. Obviously, I'm not an Arsenal fan, but the way he kind of just dictates and controls, and again, technically.
Yeah, there's so many aspects to his game.
He can do the half volley pass, he can curl it round. Obviously, you know, he probably has added more goals. I think that's one thing that people were asking a little bit more of. Can you add a few more goals?
Yeah.
And he's done that. Big moments. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of his. I really
So
am.
who's missing for you?
Yeah, any other players that you admit are close
changes?
to putting in, dudes?
I think Florian Wirtz has had a phenomenal last 2 months,
Yeah.
but it's only 2 months.
Yeah.
Whole season.
But, you know, if he keeps this up till May, maybe he'd get into the top 10. I think Cherky was unlucky to miss out. I think that injury probably had a factor as well.
Yeah.
And maybe not being fit enough to be picked in the biggest games. Remember, he didn't start against Man United in that derby.
Calvert-Lewin?
Calvert-Lewin, it's a great story, but then he did actually start the season quite slowly, then went on this crazy run.
Harry Wilson, do you give him a
Harry
shout?
Wilson
Because of the
definitely
recent
deserves
form
a shout.
particularly.
Someone like Anton Stack in Leeds' midfield.
Yeah.
Brian Brobby on form as well.
Love it. We get that in. Okay, well, there we have it. There is confirmation of Doogie's list of the 10 best players in the Premier League based on this season. Declan Rice is his standout at number 1. Let us know what you think of those selections at home.